Oh, you found the ball. Come on. That's
where you wanted to stop.
That's soonish.
Good.
You can cut a little more, actually. Sorry. That's good. That'll work. All right. Hey guys, Matt, IronTrap Garage. And today is unloading day, one of our favorite things for us and also Moon. Open the trailer up, see what we got. We really don't know parts-wise what all we got, just some things laying on top. So we're gonna go through everything. And also inventory and see if we got most of the stuff we need for the car. And just show you some highlights along the way and show you the car a little closer. So let's get the trailer open.
What's in the trailer? What is it?
Richard!
Oh,
Oh my god! Like, oh, now I gotta rush back to see what's in the trailer. You're gonna miss it! You're gonna miss it! This is just
Trash.
we may want to steal them off. But yeah, probably throw them back in the bin to throw in the dumpster.
Yeah.
Here, I'll hand you the deck lid just to get that out of the way.
that for the car?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
This goes.
How you doing, buddy?
This goes with that seat frame that's for the car.
Okay, with the car.
What do you say, Moon?
Putting them under roof.
What do you
That
say?
one doesn't matter now.
Okay.
Just keep the vinyl out.
Yeah.
Mine's a vinyl metal. We only have one seat. It's junk.
Come on.
You guys got to steer.
Yep, I got it. Hey, just let me know which way to go.
Well, you got
We're good on this side.
tons of room on my. Both sides are fine. Just
Okay, yep.
go straight out. It will be
Yep.
pretty good. All right. Nice.
Mike.
That should be good right there. Well, the car doesn't look any worse for wear.
I fixed the dent when we were there. There was a
Yeah.
giant dent here.
That's why there's a little bit of paint's missing.
So I used my body hammer to
Literally, your body hammer.
bang, dented it out. Looks good. Car has some, old body filler, repairs that it's had done a long time ago, but it seems like most of the patch panels are here for the car. Like we were going through and the stuff that we noticed that was rough in the car, there's pieces for it. So that's encouraging. So we're gonna go through and sort out the junk from the usable parts, from the stuff that the car needs, and what we're gonna put aside and sell, and hopefully I don't keep too much.
Surprisingly, the doors open and shut like.
Pretty nice, yeah.
We did not strap the
I mean,
doors.
even look at the door gap here is not terrible.
No, not at all. This is probably one of the first like rough quotation bodies. We didn't have to strap the doors shut.
Yeah, it's not bad.
All right.
Get busy. So we found, I thought it was, because you don't usually find 8,000 RPM tacks. I thought it was a Speedo at first because it says 80. 8,000 RPM wings, Stuart Warner wings. So this is early, not early, fairly early tack, but don't see them quite often. I'm really psyched on that. So that goes in the personal stash.
Oh, yeah,
I see another brass cased, ooh, electronic water temp wings gauge. Somebody took, this guy definitely took a neat old hot rod apart because there's all the like,
What gauges were in that Roadster?
I don't know. Come on. The rest of these are, oh, this is actually pretty neat. Pressure gauge, like fuel pressure. It's not Stuart Warner, but it's pretty old. Alright, this is a junky one. That can go. That's like a Napa Pep Boys special. But it does have a probe on it, I think.
I just got a fitting that we can keep.
Found the front spreader bar.
And let's see. The front spreader bar did not make it out too good. So I think that one will get junked, unfortunately.
That one took all the abuse.
Yeah, that can go in the scrap metal pile.
The rest. Grip
Yeah,
of
that-
chrome bars.
That can go in my, put them at the grill. Yeah.
We've done pretty well. This is our keeper for the car. Just these two bins.
Yeah, there's not a lot, luckily. Now, there's more stuff out in the driveway, but we found a lot of extra stuff that we're going to put in the sell pile. My keep pile is very small, not a lot, that I'm going to keep for...
Oh, and minus the chrome grill bars that are over there.
Yeah, and then there's that like one or two gauges, which still, it's not very much.
No.
So the car, so this car, it looks to us like this, to me, that this car was probably redone. Like a lot of these cars, it's lived a bunch of lives. So you can see even, like there's, you know, body filler, and there's the black paint that wasn't prepped real well. This car definitely has lived a bunch of lives. I think this was probably an amateur restoration that was done, who knows, in the 60s, 70s, 50s. I don't really know, but there's a bunch of amateur work. Again, with the internet these days, a lot of our bar is a lot higher for what we expect for work, but this is the reality of what guys were doing back a long time ago. So there's like, you know, they pop riveted stuff in. You can see over here they did a wheel well patch where they just took the sheet metal shear, left the little curly cues there, and they just tack welded it in. There's patch panels laid over on the inside. This is just the reality of these cars. I didn't see all this, but I expected it. I could kind of tell in the photos that there was some patchwork done. We just expect it with a nearly 100-year-old car. If you don't expect it, you're just fooling yourself. So I'm almost never surprised with these cars. I could tell, a lot of times you could tell by looking at the exterior of the car, the important stuff. So like the doors. And yes, in here, you could see in the photos that there was body filler that was cracking out. So they did some repairs. But like you look at the doors, they're straight, they're nice, they don't have any weird wobbles or look like there's like an inch of filler on them. The bottom edge, of course, has a little rust, which you would expect, but like we showed you earlier, when you shut the door, the gaps are pretty nice.
The wood on the inside is
You look at the inside of the door even, like, it's really, really nice. I think they just started with a car that had normal rust on it, as expected, and then they just kind of patched it together and did put it together, and we're driving it, whether it was a restoration or it was just somebody like fixing up an old car. Yeah, like Mike mentioned, the wood is really nice inside the car. All the wood is...
I've never seen a 32 with the header, the doors, the posts are all solid.
Yeah, super solid wood in the car. You know, the toe boards and all that stuff. And and floorboard looks fairly original.
Still sound bending on the firewall.
Yeah, so the worst part of it really is this floor subrail area in here where they always rot. Has not been repaired yet. It's been scabbed together. That I kind of expected that because when I was looking through all the photos of the parts, there was 2 rear floor sections, a Brookville and then a usable original. So I assumed that was going to be rusty. It is what it is, but not terrible. Overall, the car's pretty decent. It's super solid. Like when we roll it around and you rock on the car, the door shut, the car isn't like wanting to flip over.
The doors actually sound like, when you shut them, they're
yeah,
solid.
It's just the latches are sticky like with the handle and stuff. But they actually, with using the inside, like shuts pretty nice. So, and the gaps are decent. It's, you know, the door's not sticking out anything more than I would expect. So overall, pretty good. The firewalls had, you know, like they had a heater at some point and they drilled a bunch of holes and punched it in. This is just normal.
Surprisingly, the front crossmember doesn't have any cracks to it, which is...
Yeah, I can't believe that. I mean, when we dig further, I would expect to find something, but it's not too bad. It's still, like, this car, when they took it apart, must have been very, you know, original, because it's still got the B chatter rods on it, which, like, almost always are lost or removed.
You know why this is probably nice? It's got bolts. I bet you they changed that front crossmember at some point.
Yeah, so that definitely has been changed. So, overall, it's like, really, it's solid in the places that matter. I mean, this is probably more solid than the DeLorean Roadster was when I started with it. Not probably. It is more solid than the DeLorean Roadster, and that car now is like ridiculously solid. You would never know. Stroll car, much worse than this. So like this stuff, once you do a few of them, it doesn't really scare you anymore. I'm not remotely scared.
Did you open the Calvin or was that open?
I opened it because we needed the room when we were shoving stuff in. The handle was hitting, so it does close. It's a little crustier on this area. This is another car. We mentioned it in the pickup video. I think I did. This is a car that I think is a victim of poor storage. The photos of the car, how it was found, it had a tarp over it. Stop putting tarps on cars and putting them outside, antique cars. I don't care if it's a Pinto or something, but yeah, Pinto people are yelling now. But you could see like where the tarp was sitting, like here, it's all pitted. You know, in those different areas, it's just all pitted and the paint's falling off, and then the doors are like shiny black paint. So like where the tarp was falling apart and sitting, it got much worse. Luckily this thing survived, because like this area here is getting pretty pitted, and I think another handful of years it probably would have been rotted out. I think it's savable now. So that's what I think. A lot of this car is just a victim of poor storage. Somebody that pulled the car apart with good intentions and spread it out a million places. We're finding the typical thing of Ziploc bags with notes about where the bolt that's broken off came from, pieces of rubber grommet and what it was like. So a lot of times I think people got fixated on saving every part, so when they redid it, they never got started on the project. And now you have a car that's blown in 1,000 pieces. So got the car out, we can look at that. We're gonna go through a little bit more. We still got a lot of stuff. We definitely think he took apart some sort of hot rod at some point. We're wondering if maybe there was a 32 Roadster that he has. It's an old hot rod that's all redone, that's sitting in the museum for possible consignment or donation. I don't know what's going on with it, but that car may have been an old hot rod that he redid. So there's about it, like, and it also has like old black paint, like these motorcycle fenders.
There's a hood out there that's been lengthened like 5 inches.
We found a bunch of like remnants of stuff, so it's kind of neat because he took some different cars apart, and we have some parts for that, some stuff we need. So we're going through all these parts and we're finding a lot of interesting stuff, but we're finding most of what we need for the car. We're still missing a few things, but I could see right away we got the dashboards there. I think the original hood's there.
And then there's still, the bed on the truck is still full.
Full of.
And there's stuff on the back seat too.
Yeah, so we're gonna keep digging and see if we can get it all situated and show you guys what we have for the car and how complete it is. Mike was digging, found a bag. This is the stuff we hoped for. Unfortunately, this is an original 32 bullnose, but it was broken. Sucks, total bummer, but it was chromed.
Looks like it's missing a piece too, doesn't it?
What's that?
It looks short.
Nope.
Oh yeah.
Pieces on there. But it's got the emblem, and there's 2 here. One with the little tip broken off, the one does not. Almost all of them have that little tip. So either way, this is still good. You could still throw this on a display grill show and it would be fine, but that's a nice little find there. Somebody like made that for the hood top.
Oh yeah, it's like brass.
Yep.
Keeper.
So, yeah, I would say those are keepers. So.
Do you want to just scrap that?
Yeah. We need a trash bin.
Okay.
All right, so we'll walk around all the stuff we found. We left a lot of heavy mechanical in the truck. There's steering boxes, there's wishbones and
Front axle.
cross members, a lot of 32 stuff. There is some, looks like he took apart a Mercury flathead V8s. There's a little bit of that stuff in there, like these heads and intake, oil pans. There is the 32B engine that's in there. We're probably going to sell that engine. We got to check. I didn't even check to see if it turns over by hand. We can check that at the warehouse. So that's something we will probably sell, because if I do whatever I do with the car, I'm probably not going to leave it a 4-cylinder, so probably put a V8 in it. So there's Lincoln overdrive transmissions in here mixed in. There's a 39 trans mixed in, another 32B 4-cylinder. Behind Mike, we found a set of pretty nice old reproduction 32 bumpers that I think will clean up nicely. There's an old drop axle over there that I'm gonna keep in our stash. We gotta take it apart. Somebody tried taking some stuff apart on it, boogered up some threads, so we're gonna have to blow it all apart and go through it all.
Might even use it on the 32.
Might, never know. All kinds of stuff here. So there's this neat old hot rod radiator that somebody, I don't know if it was on a 32 or what, but somebody had shortened this radiator. You could see the necks come up like it was going around the cross member, like a lot of channel cars have, which we're seeing a lot of parts. So it looks like there was a channel 32 taken apart, so good chance that was on something. So probably keep it around, I think, because it's kind of hard. It's very specific to whatever it was off of. Windshield frame, the other half is around. That's off the original, off the car.
Surprisingly, the glass,
It is broken.
there's a crack in it.
Doesn't matter. There's an original rear floor section here that somebody had cut out of a car. It actually doesn't look terrible, so it might be usable on that car. We don't know yet. If not, there is a complete Brookville or somebody's floor pan section. This car definitely needs one of these two, so we're probably gonna reuse that. I think this is Roadster, I believe.
It's a tulip panel above.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. This might be off the car he redid. This is a rear lower panel that was off a 32 that had some kind of like Pontiac or something taillights. Go figure. Probably going to sell that stuff. I don't know yet, because I do have some pieces and parts to put a scab together Roadster. So as I'm saying that, I'm like, maybe we'll keep that.
Yeah.
I got a door, I got some extra pieces. This is a firewall that looks like it was sectioned for a channeled car. You can see they cut it right there and just pushed it up and welded it back together. That was channeled pretty hard. I mean, there's like a big section taken out of it.
Yeah, you can see it's cut. There's that. This bead goes down to like here normally. There's probably 6 inches taken out of that.
6 or 8 inch channel on this, so they did an interesting way to do it, but it worked. So we'll probably sell this for somebody who wants to use it for pieces or parts, or if they're doing an old channel 32, that would be cool. There's some pickup stuff mixed in, so this looks like 32 pickup running boards that are actually pretty nice. Not really rotted out, not beat up, so it'll be good. some reproduction frame rails, engine stabilizer. This is a hood that somebody lengthened, 32 hood. Again, probably this car that was taken apart. They just flanged and welded this section over. So this hood is probably, I mean, we're gonna try and take it apart, but this might be a good one that somebody can just use for repairing another hood. The hood's, what sucks is the hood's really nice other than that.
Yeah.
So, again, extra set of original running boards. One way you could tell the original running boards is they have these little holes drilled in it for when they encapsulated it with rubber. The rubber kind of went down in and grabbed. So this original set of the steel, they're actually not rotten very much. There's a couple little spots, so sell those probably. There's multiple sets of fenders. We're going to go through and pick a matching set of front fenders, and I think there's one set of rear fenders.
This is pickups.
Oh yeah, 32 pickup rear fenders. So if anybody's looking for those are
pretty
very hard to find, and they're one of the nicest sets I've come across. So we'll be selling those because I don't have a 32 pickup currently. I'm probably going to kick myself shortly next week when we find one after we sell it.
This is keeper parts for the most part.
So not these.
No. Yeah,
these are junky, but they are very savable. Rate of body, they're really rough, but like the rest of it's decent. So again, we save this stuff because if you're putting a car together and you don't want to buy like a $2,000, you know, $2,000 you want to spend on fenders, you can fix original stuff, kind of like a car like this. So we're going to probably sell these. Hopefully somebody can use them, even if they're cheap. We want to save as much as we can. This is the grill shell that I think was off the car. So we're going to keep that with the car, put an insert back in it. Pretty decent hood for the car. So we got front fenders, rear fenders, hood, grill shell, grill, dashboard. The seat is here, so we're like almost have everything except for I think the rear window garnish got missing, which I'm sure it was somewhere, but maybe in the hustle and bustle of pulling the car out they missed that. These lower rocker patches, what the car may need. Headlight bar, which is off of V8 I believe.
Nope.
Oh nope, no, it is a B. There is the header panel cover there with the optional sun visor bracket, which is kind of unusual on a model. So this is 32 specific sun visor, kind of an optional thing, pretty hard to find. We'll probably pull this off and sell this kind of stuff because for the car that we're doing, if we do anything with the car, it's probably going to be lightly modified, and that's not important to us. So we'll sell this to a restoration guy that is hopefully looking for that. Gas tank we'll keep around. I think it's repairable. There's a crappy set of running boards that we can put on the car for a placeholder. Wheel wells, the car does have some poor repairs, which we showed earlier, so we can use them to repair. A set of rear fenders there. So I think those
will go with the car.
Yeah, those are the ones for the car that we'll keep with the car. This is the rear package tray, which we'll keep. It's probably off the car. It's in decent shape. And these are some patch panels and stuff that we're going to keep with the car. Depending on what we do, it needs some sub rail and patch panel repair.
Some bins in the trailer, but it's mostly, there's nothing too excitable.
Again, books, magazines, there's some extra seat springs.
Trans parts,
a ton of trans parts. This is some kind of like old chrome roll bar, we think off of like a little Roadster or something. It's very heavy, has old chrome on it.
That's like 1/8.
Yeah, it might even be thicker than that quarter wall. So this might have been like behind the driver on an old hot rod or something, or a race car. So because it's old chrome, we'll probably keep that, or not keep it, take it and sell it instead of scrapping it. Bunch of 32 and miscellaneous stuff. There's B hubcaps, there's extra trans mounts, there's timing covers for flathead, all kinds of stuff. That's just sellable stuff that we put. Got a Brookville or somebody's stamped grill shell that hasn't been opened up for the filler neck. We'll be selling that. A little bit of speed equipment, can't go somewhere without finding some flathead speed equipment. Got a nice Offie 3.2 that's an old polish job with the offset generator bracket, so that's great. And then we got a old Edelbrock Super 2.2 intake. This is like the racing one that doesn't have the front generator mount, but still a good intake. We'll be selling all that stuff. Deck lid stays with the car. It's actually been reskinned at some point in its life, but it's very usable. 32 Roadster windshield frame. We were debating if it's an original or not. It's got some rust down in the bottom there that's making me think it is an original.
Especially that.
Yeah, so This will probably sell, but then again, maybe I'll put it aside for my Scab Together Roadster project that I'm apparently now gathering parts for.
You have a Scab Together 3 windows, so might as well have a Scab Together.
Yeah, why not? Got a couple inserts. Believe it or not,
I'm saving this for future.
I think I have enough 32 shells for now. So all my 32 grills have nice inserts. We're gonna grab one of the inserts for that grill, and I think we're gonna sell a 32 grill insert.
Insert applause and clapping here.
Yeah. Holy crap, he's almost cured.
It's all trash and
That's all
scrap.
trash and junk. Got a chrome Power Master Power Gen, which is pretty sweet. Psyched on that. We found that. We're gonna hold on to that for something. And then this is just a lot of original stuff. There's an F1 box stuff. This is for that 39 trans. It's in the bed. And then there's a couple sets of 32 original headlights and some cowl lights. So that's all stuff. One wire chrome alternator. So that's all stuff that we're probably gonna sell. We're pretty sure that he took apart a Roadster, 32 Roadster, and we think it might have been the car that was redone. Has the flames and stuff on it. Because from what we're seeing, it looks like it might have been a channeled 32 Roadster. So this was really sad. We only found this seat. We didn't find the other half.
We did find a shifter boot.
Yeah, we found a Matic shifter boot. Super cool. It probably was some kind of neat old 50s hot rod. I think just for the spring and stuff, it might be good. I don't know. But we're not going to keep it. We'll just get rid of it. And then we got, over there some books and different stuff. So all kinds of crap. As always, we're going to go through it all. Back at the warehouse, and Mike will be selling this stuff. So my little sales pitch, if you don't follow our Instagram, that's where Mike posts stuff first, IronTrap finds, and we treat it like a swap meet, first come, first serve. If you see something you like in the video, send us an email. That's the best way before Mike lists it, and we'll try and get back to you. Otherwise, keep an eye on our eBay, our Instagram, and of course our website, irontrapgarage.com. We have our inventory somewhat on there, and you can go on there. Car, don't know what I'm going to do with the 5-window. I think the best thing for us to do is to probably fix some of the sub rail rust and wheel well rust. I don't really know yet.
We're actually going to be smart, and it's not going to jump all the other projects that are in there.
Mike's trying to keep you. I'm like, let's put it in the shop and quick put the fenders, and we'll throw the engine in, and then all my other projects get sad.
The Sweetheart Roadster is weeping in the corner.
So we're going to take the 5-window. We're going to put it away in storage for now. And as we get going on, get some other projects wrapped up and cars on the road, if we get a spare amount of time, maybe we'll pull it out and tinker with it. But for right now, just going to put it away in storage. I mean, it's a black 32 5-window, original Henry steel. Got to think about it a little bit before we just go and
off it.
So that's our unloading video. Another fun little adventure, and plenty of stuff to get other cars going out in the world, and another 32 saved from rusting away under a tarp. So thank you guys for following along. Appreciate it. Catch you later.